in the box, liar.
How's it going, guys? Today I'm excited to share with you details about one of the most anticipated games of the year, Lies of P. After months of teasers and speculation, we now have more details about the game that is sure to make you even more excited. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Lies of P is an action Souls-like game inspired by the original story of Pinocchio from Carlo Collodi, which was actually too scary for children and very different from the Disney version. The game is developed by Round 8 Studio under Neowiz, both from South Korea. Lies of P will be available on PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and PC. It will be available sometime August 2023. Good news for Xbox gamers as the game will be available for Game Pass subscribers from day one. It will take an estimated 30 hours to complete the main story and 60 hours if you check all contents hidden in the game. The game has been in development for 3 years and has a development team of around 100 people and counting. The game features multiple endings, each with its own unique story elements depending on the choices a player makes throughout the game. Lies of P has already won several awards including Most Wanted Sony PlayStation Game, Best Action Adventure Game, and Best RPG at Gamescom 2022. The game is set in a dark Belle Epoch world in the city of Krat, a once prosperous French-inspired city now fallen to ruin. Krat initially prospered due to the invention of puppets which replaced human labor, but eventually they lost control of the city to the machines. The city of Krat is filled with secrets in hidden areas, and players must explore every nook and cranny to find items, upgrades, and lore that will aid them on the journey. The game has more than 10 chapters and bosses spread around different areas of Krat, like the Venigni factory, train station, opera, old town, hotel, exhibition, and the cathedral. The game's story revolves around Pinocchio's journey to become human. To achieve this, he must make difficult decisions on whether to lie or tell the truth and who to trust. The game starts when Pinocchio wakes up at an abandoned train station where a single note was left for him which reads, "Find Mr. Geppetto. He's here in the city." Not much has been revealed about the story yet, but you'll play as the popular puppet mechanoid who looks like the next Willy Wonka, and you'll fight through everything in your path to find Geppetto and become a real human.
Finally, we meet, son.
First, we have Pinocchio, the protagonist, a doll who can modify his body to use various weapons. In the trailer, it seemed that he had no voice actor, but in the Gamescom teaser, it was revealed that he had a fairly low-pitched husky voice. And Pinocchio in this game may have a heart, or at least an artificial one, because when he dies, this is what is shown in the Gameover screen. Your pulse perished. Next, we have Geppetto, Pinocchio's creator and father, an elderly man with a gentle impression, who says in the trailer that he has also fallen and it's his destiny to find something in a graveyard, probably referring to Krat. His design was heavily influenced by the art director's father-in-law. Then we have Sophia, the blue fairy with the blue brooch, the developer's take on the blue fairy from the original Pinocchio story. And we have Gemini, a being inside the lantern that Pinocchio hangs on his belt, likely inspired by Gemini cricket, and provides useful information to the player. Next is Eugenie, who mentioned something about weapons in the Lies of P Twitter post. She says, "Above all, weapons never lie." She can be referring to an actual weapon in a game or to Pinocchio himself, as he can be considered a weapon created by Geppetto. Next is Antonia, this older lady who says many fail to realize Krat has many secrets buried beneath. And we have Venigni, the king of Krat's high society who will play an important role in Lies of P. As Pinocchio progresses through the game, he encounters a variety of enemies including the puppets who are responsible for the destruction of Krat. In addition to puppets, Pinocchio will face off against a range of difficult bosses, each with their own unique mechanics and weaknesses. The 4 rabbits shown in the trailer are likely inspired by the dark and twisted original Pinocchio story. In that story, Pinocchio is hung by thieves and left for dead. When the fairy rescues him and offers him medicine, he refuses and is visited by 4 black rabbits carrying a coffin. Bosses in the game are inspired by the source material of Pinocchio. Simon Manus seems to be portrayed as the main villain in the story trailer. Lies of P offers fast-paced gameplay in a third-person Souls-like RPG game. The game has a heavy influence from Bloodborne, so combat may be unforgiving and the map will be filled with secrets and optional bosses. The story is influenced by the lying mechanic. As players progress through the game, they must decide when to lie or tell the truth in dialogues with NPCs, and these choices have consequences on humanity points and the type of enemies you will fight. The humanity points is the system that can change the outcome of Pinocchio's story and lead to multiple endings. Pinocchio's Legion arm is a great tool for interacting with the environment and killing enemies, and you can customize it for different utility options, much like Sekiro. Players can combine different weapons to create new ones, and there are 30 weapon types in the game, and the range of weapon combinations allows for more than 100 different combinations to explore. Each weapon possesses a Fable art ability that can deal overwhelming damage to enemies. The game offers different combat styles to choose from: Path of the Crickets for balance, Path of the Bastards for agility, and Path of the Sweepers for tenacity. tenacity. Each combat archetype features a base weapon like the saber for balance type, dagger for agility types, and a smasher for tenacity types. One of the game's distinct mechanics is the perfect guard, which lets players destroy enemy weapons with a well-timed block. Enemies with destroyed weapons have reduced attack range and damage, making the perfect guard an effective way to disassemble an overwhelming foe. The P-Organ is an upgrade feature that enhances additional stats and grants various effects to Pinocchio. It's essentially a passive tree that provides various effects and abilities to Pinocchio. Quartz is the upgrade material used to apply abilities for each category. Gear and frame in Lysop P are the designated armor pieces and primary accessories equipped by Pinocchio, and is divided into 3 sections: lining parts, frame parts, and joint parts. Players can customize Pinocchio's physical appearance through different costumes. However, costumes do not provide any change or upgrade to Pinocchio's stats. You can save your game, upgrade weapons, and sort your items at checkpoints called stargazers. Developing the console game was challenging due to the lack of experienced console developers in Korea. Early gameplay was criticized for being static, but developers explain it gets more dynamic as the game progresses. Lysop P faced plagiarism accusations, but Neowist denied it and stated that while they were inspired by Bloodborne, there are a lot of differences between the two games. Early gameplay demos showed no bugs or issues except for a placeholder enemy voiceover.
You cunning rascal! You won't get through here, die!
The developers of Lysop P are already planning an expanded pack or DLC and are considering creating a series of games based on the attractive stories and characters surrounding Pinocchio. The developers mentioned that they implemented Pinocchio's elongating nose in the game but kept a secret about it. It's unclear what the secret is, but it could be related to how the nose behaves in the game or what it represents. Players will have to wait and see to uncover this mystery. That's it guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and to see more content like this, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.